Good afternoon. My name is Suresh Jayakar, and I am a user experience designer. I work at a local agency called Cluj. Today, I am excited to talk to you about design and design thinking. Design thinking is a process, a way to solve problems. We're naturally taught to take the best choice and to execute that, to think convergently. What design thinking does is encourage us to think divergently, to think outside the box, and to come up with creative ways that might not even exist. We often look at problems through a microscope. What design thinking does is to look at it through a telescope, to look at the big picture, to see how things work from a holistic perspective. And we do that by talking to our users, by empathizing with them, understanding their problems, and defining those problems, and then creating solutions that we can then test and validate. My family and I moved from India to Southern California in 2003. My mom, who's a nurse, got a job in Centinela Hospital in Inglewood. During those first few weeks, we stayed at a hotel near the hospital. Initially, we didn't have a car, and everywhere we went, we had to walk or take the bus. I remember taking walks with my dad in the neighborhood, and you know what? There was one thing that really stood out to us. There weren't many grocery stores nearby. Here we are in beautiful California, Southern California, where a lot of people live, and we had trouble finding bananas, apples, and tomatoes. Currently, I live in a city called Torrance. It's about 20 minutes away, and it's unbelievable, but where I live, there are 2 grocery stores right down the street. In a 2-mile radius, we have 9 grocery stores. That is not the case in South LA. In South LA, many parts of it are described as food deserts. The federal government defines a food desert as a neighborhood where fresh fruits and vegetables are not easily accessible to people to buy. And it's simply because of a lack of grocery stores and farmers markets. For some of the people that live in South LA, it's a real struggle to find fresh produce. And here are some of the reasons. 1, there are a ton of liquor stores and fast food joints on every corner. But grocery stores, on the other hand, are few and far between. Number 2, without a reliable means of transport, getting to a grocery store is often an issue. And number 3, currently some of the popular grocery delivery services aren't available in parts of South LA. Even if people were willing to pay that premium, it's simply not available for people to use. About 6 weeks ago, I participated in a hackathon. You might be wondering, what the heck is a hackathon? A hackathon is a design or technology challenge where people come together to solve real problems in their communities. When we were presented with some of the problems that South LA has, food access really stuck out to us. Even though I'd only experienced that for a few weeks, it really stuck with me, and it's something that I've never forgotten. The Community Health Council, which is a nonprofit organization based in LA, they released a report a few years ago talking about food deserts in South LA. They also reported that South LA has one of the highest rates of diet-related health issues. And that is a problem my team and I wanted to solve. And what we came up with was a produce truck. The produce truck is like a food truck, but instead of selling tacos or sandwiches, it would sell fresh fruits and vegetables. During the day, they would go pick up produce and post on their website and social media the locations they would be that day. By working with a few central locations in every few blocks And by operating in the evening when people come home from work, they'd be able to cover a lot of ground and a lot of people. A few weeks after our competition, I was doing some research, and turns out someone already beat us to our idea. There are a group of people in Boston that are solving the same exact problem in their communities that are food deserts. They sell fresh fruits and produce across different neighborhoods, and this summer alone, they've sold about 4,000 pounds of produce. We know it's an idea that works because it has in Boston. And it shouldn't take living in these difficult neighborhoods to empathize with these problems that people are having. It's going to take people from all walks of life, designers, donors, developers, all of us to come together, to collaborate, and use design thinking to solve this big problem that our community is facing today. Design thinking is our answer, because sometimes traditional way of doing things just doesn't work. These are a few of the pictures of the produce truck in Boston. Thank you.